Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host. And on your screen on the left side, you see the IWC Schaffhausen Big Pilot's Watch 43mm. This is what we're going to talk about in the video. That's the superstar. But I said to myself, I have to show you its big brother. The original Big Pilot's watch in the original size, 46.2mm, and so I organized the big one too, to compare it on your screens with the new smaller one. Small 43mm is still something, but it's 3mm less than the old original Big Pilot's watch, and we're going to discover together if this now is a reasonable size on the wrist, yes or not, or maybe this old, it's not old, but the old size, 46.2mm, is the size to wear. We shall see. I think you should stay until the end to discover what my favorite is.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
IWC Schaffhausen Big Pilot's Watch 43mm. Yeah, that's the one, the new superstar. They released the watch a couple of weeks ago. We had a first video where we filmed the watch in Schaffhausen together with Christoph Grainger-Herr, the CEO of IWC, and he was helpful, giving us some first insights about the watch. Yeah, it's a new watch, completely new brought to the market to please those who think that the big one, 46.2, is too big. So they reduced the size to 43mm, and I will quickly open up to give you the possibility to see the watch from the side with the crown. What do you guess? Thickness? What do you think? I can tell you 13.6mm, and I have been also measuring the lug-to-lug distance. Really the lug-to-lug distance from one end of the watch to the other end, so it's really from here to here, and measuring here is the distance is 53mm. So it's not from something where the spring bar is, it's really the end of the lug. And so to make that clear, because this is of course a little bit of a difference, if I would have measured there where the spring bar is, it would have been a little bit less, of course. So 53mm. Yeah, the first thing you see is that big crown is there as well. Nothing has changed, but the design of the old original Big Pilot's watch now comes back in the new 43mm edition. As you can see, there is no date. There is no date window at 6 o'clock, and you don't have a power reserve indicator. It's really pure IWC design, the pure design of the Pilot's watch as it was designed in the early days when it was done for pilots to be worn as a big chronometer that should be worn in warplanes to give them exact time. So the design gets more puristic. The wearability of the watch in total has been optimized as much as possible, so that watch really feels wonderful on the wrist. Is really an alternative if you are, if you say it's a wall clock. Some say there's a wall. These watches anyhow are wall clocks. I disagree completely, because it's a mindset. It's something you either accept or not. It's about emotions. It's an emotional thing here. These are pilot's watches. Pilot's watches do have a certain size, and we're not talking about wall clocks being put on the wrist. That's the absolute wrong approach, and that's an approach that's irrational. And I do always say, please, if you're buying watches, don't think rational, think emotional, because then you will do the right decision. What you just saw here, moving, was the automatic rotor of the new caliber 82-100. It's a 4 Hertz movement, 28-800, semi-oscillations, 22 joules have been built in there, and it has a power reserve of 60 hours. 60 hours. I would say enough, but could be better, of course, because the big Pilot, the old one, the 46.2mm that will come back in your pictures very soon, does have a power reserve of 168 hours or 7 days. That's something more. Yeah, 100 hours more of power reserve. What you also clearly see is the difference. You have it in your screen right now. It shows the fish, and you see the water. The indication for waterproofness is now 10 bar or 100 meters. This is also something that has been improved. All the new Pilot's watches are now waterproof to 100 meters. You can clearly see this here. There is no soft iron inner case on this watch. Of course, because you have a see-through case. And let me now grab the big one. 46.2mm now on your screen. The difference I explained before. This watch features a date window at 6 o'clock. I've been putting the 6th to make it a little bit 5, 6, 7 more easy. It features a power reserve indicator that will give you 7 days of power reserve when it is fully loaded, the barrel. Now we are something like 5.5 days here. I will wind it then so you can see how this winding is shown, or how the winding happens. And this is 40.6 and 2mm. Now on your screen are 2mm more of thickness. We have 15.5mm. That's quite something. And we do have a lug-to-lug distance. And once again here, lug-to-lug distance, I've been measuring a lug-to-lug distance always from really the end of the lug to the other end of the lug. It's 57mm. So if you are going into discussions that someone published less, that might be that he has been measuring, from the spring bars. But I really measure from the point, the tip, the end to the other end, and it's 57. So if this, just to make that clear, because I had some discussions that my measurements were different to other measurements, so I explain how I do measure. This is a Petit Prince edition. As you can see, Edition Le Petit Prince. I organized the watch for you to be able to compare it. Otherwise, I would have only be able to show you the 43mm, and this would have not been the same, because you need to see both of them. Look at the wrist shots. Look, you can clearly see the difference on the wrist shots when wearing the watch. I have to say, once we are looking at those wrist shots right now, I personally, that's me, Alexander, I have to say I felt comfortable with both of them. Even if some now cry probably and say, hey, come on, Alexander, you can't tell me that 46.2mm fits on your wrist. Why not? Why not? It's, I said it before, it's something you either do or you don't do. Look again at those wrist shots. That's something you do or don't. But, of course, thought rationally, the watch is too big. Okay. Thought emotionally, no, it's not. It's a statement. It's the big Pilot's watch of IWC Schaffhausen. And the big Pilot's watch of IWC Schaffhausen has a size, and it measures 46.2mm. Yes, it does. And in my humble opinion, I think it looks gorgeous. It's far too big, okay, but who cares? I like it. It's really a size I would wear. And yeah, but now if you say, let me get back and have a look at the picture of the 43mm version, and what do you think? Is the difference, what are you saying personally when you are watching those wrist shot pictures where I compare both sizes? What are your thoughts? Yeah, let me now come back to the 43mm that comes back in your picture. You clearly see the difference in the design of the dial, as I just explained it. Puristic on the left side, not even a date indication, central second. Yeah, the rest is the typical design of the pilot's watches with the triangle at 12 o'clock to, of course, be able to be sure where 12 o'clock is, and not in case you're upside down or it is in the dark, on dark conditions. So that triangle always tells you here is 12 o'clock. So it's absolutely sure that you are reading 10 past 10 and not, yep. On the other side, if it would be upside down, we would read, yep, something else, as you can see. This is the point or the thing with that triangle. But now, once again, some already in the first pictures I've been uploading of the watches said, yeah, something is missing on the small version, the indication of the power reserve, there's no date. Yeah, this now is a question you can always discuss. In my opinion, as they redesigned the 43mm pilot's watch, that couldn't have been done better. This is really puristic, nice design, ergonomically or perfectly worked. You don't have the impression that that crown when you're wearing the watch, have again a look at the wrist shot. When you're wearing it, you can see that the crown is not disturbing you so much as the big crown does on the 46mm. So it's not literally digging a hole in your skin when you're wearing it. It's ergonomically really done. You couldn't do it better. Let's really face it. They have been hard working on it, and Chris also explained that in our first video we taped already in March, where he clearly said it was not something they just minimized the size from 46.2 to 43 millimeters. They have really been redesigning the watch. But at the other end, this huge mister here is still there. That's the big pilot, as it should be. Huge, bold, thick. A statement on the wrist. Let me work on some more common features the watches have, as clearly the big crown. The old version, as we see it here on our picture, is only waterproof 60 meter. I just mentioned this. There is an improvement of 40 meters in water proofness. Meanwhile, this watch, since the Le Petit Prince edition does not feature a see-through case, has a soft iron inner case, and is so protected against magnetic fields, as it should be with a pilot's watch. But both watches feature central hacking seconds, yes, a screw-in crown, yes, I said this, and important, and this is why I'm holding the watch in that angle into your camera, A glass that is being secured against displacement caused by drops in air pressure. And this is something that makes absolutely sense if you imagine the situation that you are in a pressurized cabin and pressurization is lost or gets lost, and all of a sudden this would cause, if the glass is not protected against displacement caused by drops in air pressure, this glass would just literally be sucked out of its case. But this can't happen with the big pilot's watches from IWC Schaffhausen. Same applies here. You can see this from the side. I'm showing it. It's a domed sapphire crystal, anti-reflective treatment on both sides. Here, anti-reflective treatment on the inner side, on the see-through case, button, and yes, anti-reflective treatment on both sides. Here you can see that nicely. There are almost no reflections when you are playing around, and this gives you the impression that there is no glass at all. As just announced, I wanted to show you what happens on the screen when you wind a big pilot's watch. That's typical. We had that so often before when I wanted to show you something. There is Mr. Central Second Hand not allowing us because we just passed by the power reserve indication. But now watch closely. So if you're winding the watch, so you can clearly see what happens. Now we have 6.5 days of power reserve and so on, and now we arrive to those 7 days of power reserve. Now it is really fully wound, and you can wear the watch for 168 hours. That's 100 hours more than the new 43mm watch has. And also interesting, if you please would like to watch the date window now, I will quickly run you through the different days so you can see how these look like. Double digit now. Yep, we come to 20 and so on. And now again, Mr. Central Second Hand, always disturbing us when we're showing something. Okay, the 29th, 30th, 31st, and the 1st. There we go. And so this is how it looks like. I will put it to the 5th and do something I always do or very often do. I will quickly make a date change at midnight. So let us discover together what happens. We are approaching 11 o'clock p.m. and well, that's the date change. Let's say semi-instantaneous. It starts some minutes before 12 and finishes right after 12 o'clock. Not bad at all. Let's set it back to a smiling position for you, of course. Screw down the crown, then it is waterproof again, 60 meters. And now comes the interesting part, a very interesting part of that video. If you watch the strap, it is attached with a spring bar, but there is no possibility on the old model, and you can also already see in the background here, I have been putting all the possibilities to change straps, bracelet, etc. And I will present you this, and here it's fixed. You have no possibility, but with the new one, there is this is possible. So these are all the options now on your screen that come or are possible with the new 43mm Big Pilot. You have the typical leather strap. you do have a rubber version, and you have a bracelet. And if you want to do some changes, yep, very easy. You have the easy exchange system, as IWC calls it. You see here, there you just need to push the button. There is a button, and then you can release it. No rocket science, I just show you it again. Click, fixing it, pushing it on the button, releasing it. You've seen, it's no rocket science. I'm turning the watch around, do the same here. I'm releasing. And then we have the watch head alone. This is how it looks. I can show you this. The watch head alone. So you have a look at it without a strap. You see the domed sapphire crystal. We see the engravings, International Watch Company, serial number, waterproof 10 bar, big pilot's watch, all you need. From this side, with the crown, on the crown, engraving Probus Schaffhausen. It's not aligned, I was just looking at it, it's not aligned. Here it is, this is aligned now, Probus Schaffhausen, IWC. And now we are going to put on the bracelet. This is the bracelet. Nice one. Running through your picture. Very nice one. You can do some adjustments in length, of course. There is also a micro length adjustment included in the buckle by pressing on the IWC logo. Can you see that? You can open it for you so you can see that better. You press on the IWC logo, and then you can adjust the length. Yep. Shown from the other side. Pressing on the logo, it's a little bit tricky, but yeah, you see here. This is, I have to put my glove away. This is what you can adjust. So you can do some adjustments if you need. Very easy, you just need to press on the IWC logo, and then you can do these adjustments. Here you go. You can also, and this is very cool, if you want to do some more adjustments, press on these little buttons that are integrated in the bracelet, and then you can completely dismantle it. I have been doing this to properly size and here are the parts I've been taking out. I will put them here. This is what I have been taking out. Very easy, you don't need any tooling, you just need something like this, a little pointer. Then you press on one of these buttons, and then you can take off the link, you can take off the other link, and then you can literally dismantle it very easily, and no rocket science at all, and you can do any adjustment you want. So now let me fix the bracelet. The only thing, let me put that away, the only thing you have to take care of is that the IWC logo looks at you. Then you just go on it, click, very easy, same happens here, click, and you do have the new pilot's watch, 43mm, now with this stainless steel bracelet. And why did I point out the fact that you have to take care of the positioning of the IWC logo? Because when you are looking on a watch, on the backside of your wrist, you want to see this logo, not upside down, but the way as you see it now on your screen. Very easy, no rocket science, and I'll take it off again. So same here, we do have this little, very easy, it's no rocket science. Look, click, then you open up, you press, you slide out, same happens here. You press, you slide out. If I can do this with gloves, believe me, everybody, please believe me, you can do it easily. No rocket science. Very easy. And I've been trying it, and I've been wearing that 43mm watch for, at least a week now. And I can tell you, I heard some people, or I've been reading some comments where people said, is it possible that this might open up? No, it is not possible. Look, click. Once it clicks, it is fixed to the case. And there's absolutely no risk that this opens up. And I've been wearing the watch a lot with the leather strap, that beautiful leather strap. And I can tell you, I had no issues, and I have never had the feeling that this construction wouldn't be solid and, fought to the end, and not only, it's something that works. You can believe me. I would also want to give you the weight of the watches. Let me start with the 43mm worn with the beautiful leather strap. We do have a weight of 114 grams. Worn, the 43mm worn with the bracelet. But now comes the thing, sized to my 17cm wrist. We have a weight of 159 grams. So depending on how many of those links you're putting out or you're wearing or you have integrated in the bracelet, the weight may differ, of course. And now, the big guy here with the beautiful brown pilot style leather strap weighs 145 grams. So, just in between the weight of the 43mm worn on leather or worn on the bracelet. Of course, if someone wants to wear the watch with the rubber strap, works the same way. No rocket science. Again, opening it up, click. You take the rubber strap. You have the same kind of mechanism. It's not this. It's You click it on. Click. You can hear that click. You turn around. We open up here. We take it off. And we click it here. Voila. This is how the watch looks like with a rubber strap. Not my favorite, I have to say. I'm not convinced about the look with the rubber strap. I've been not wearing it a single day with the rubber strap because I do believe that the pilot's watch should either be worn on the leather strap as it is. It's not a watch you want to go swimming with. I don't think this is... You use a diver, but don't use a pilot's watch to go. You could. Okay, then we should have also, you need to take the folding clasp, and I didn't put it, but it's also easy to do that. But I've never been wearing it with the rubber strap. I've been always wearing it either with the bracelet or the leather strap, and I have to say this is the way how this watch should be worn. So I'm not very convinced about the way or the rubber strap here. I prefer click to bring this to an end. This is the way how the watch should be worn. There we go. Here it is. You see how easy it is? Very easy. This is the way how the watch should be worn, and this is the cool way to wear the watch. And it's a pilot's watch. A pilot's watch needs a leather strap and can be, yes, as an alternative, be worn now with that beautifully looking and also very soft. It's perfectly look. Adapting to the size of your wrist, with the bracelet. Today, the Big Pilot's watch is not only one of the most recognized watch designs, I would say, in the world, but also an expression of a certain character and mindset. Mindset, that's what I said in the beginning. So it's very up to everyone's taste, of course, to either say 46.2 or 43 millimeter. Both of these watches are super cool. They are everything else than a wall clock. So if I hear someone saying wall clock, now I have to say no. Mindset, emotions, not rational thinking, emotional thinking. We're talking about a pilot's watch. We're talking about a certain design that deserves a certain size, thickness, boldness. It's what it is. It's a pilot's watch. If you want to wear a small watch, there are offers, also coming from IWC Schaffhausen, but from many other brands that offer really tiny watches. But if you are into pilot's watches and the real origin design of a pilot's watch, I would say, yeah, that's what it is. And in my humble opinion, you should wear it with a leather strap, as it is shown here. And now comes something that might shock you all, but yes, this is how it is. If you are asking me which one I would wear, stick to the 46.2 millimeter. Are you shocked now? Yeah, I really do. I've very much thought about, and I'm so happy that I had both watches, that both watches were here. I could film them, show them to you, but comparing both of them, I very, very much like the idea that IWC is presenting you or giving you the opportunity to buy a watch that is slightly smaller, 3 millimeters, slightly thinner, etc., etc. But end of the day, for me, at least for me, Alexander, if I would ever buy me a pilot's watch, I would buy the big one. Either the Saint-Exupéry, as you see it in your picture, with the blue dial, but I even would want to have it with a black dial, very conservative look. And yeah, you have to dare wear that watch, even if your wrist is too small. Yeah, my wrist is too small, no doubt, no discussion. The huge watch, 57 millimeter of lug-to-lug distance is far too big, but I love it. I love the look. It's so cool. It's such a statement. It's a mindset. It's a pilot's watch. Yeah. This does not mean that this is not a cool watch. On the contrary. But this is something you should choose if you are really nuts, if you're getting nuts with that size. Here it is, a 46.3 looking from the right side versus the 43 millimeters. If you're saying to yourself, no, this is the right size then. You have to try it, really. If you're now thinking that even the 43 millimeters are too big, no, they are not. Try the watch. Go in one of the IWC boutiques, go to a retailer, put the watch on your wrist and feel the ergonomics, feel all the detailed work IWC has been doing on the watch to make it possible to be worn comfortably. Try it and you will like it. There is no scratching from the crown. It feels good on the wrist. It is a very, very nice watch. And for those who are more into a puristic design, this is the better choice, even because you don't have a power reserve indication, you don't have a date indication, and on top, if you very much want to see the movement, you have the possibility to observe it through the see-through case button. This is something that is not possible with the Big Pilots because it has a soft iron in a case. Magnetic protection. Wow. So difficult, I know, but Alexander, I would go for the big one to really, wear it, make a statement. Who cares if it is too big or not? I would wear it, no doubt. Would I wear the bracelet? No, I would not. Why? Simply because I don't think that a pilot's watch should be worn with a bracelet, but this is once again your choice. Would I wear it with the rubber strap? Here, comes here in the picture, rubber strap. No, this is the absolutely no-go version for me. The rubber strap is not an option for me. Even if I want to go swimming, if I want to do something else, I simply don't wear that watch. I would wear a diver or an alternative to it, but the pilot's watch is a watch. Nomen est omen pilot. It's a pilot's watch is a watch that is supposed to be in the air, not water. Well, okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video. Your comments are welcome. I hope we are going into a nice discussion about sizes, thickness, lug-to-lug distances. I'm keen to read all your comments telling me, Alexander, how can you think about wearing the huge watch? I can. Why not? I do it. I would do it. And I do very much recommend you, if you are if you think that this 46 are a no-go, try the 43 millimeters. This could be an option. And it really wears comfortably, really. And it is a watch. I have been giving it to some of my friends, wives and girlfriends and partners, and they have been trying it, and yeah, they liked it. They said, oh, very nice. That could be an option for me. I could wear the watch, and could be also an option that you buy the big one and your darling wears the small one. Why not? Many options are possible. Happy to read your comments, as I just said. Thanks for watching the video. All the best. And yes, stay tuned on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. Bye-bye.